Look at that. Well, it rained. It rained last night. Raining today. Water coming in on the car. What is up with all this rain? I seen a cool job. I think I like it. You know, I worked a weekend job. I seen a job. It's through a temp service, but it's $15 an hour, Monday through Friday, 4 hours a day. Then I come home, check on my wife or sleep or whatever. And for customer service representative. I said that would be cool instead of having to work. You know, I like the bus driving, but I don't know if I'm gonna like getting up at 5 in the morning or whatever and driving 2.5 hours, 6 hour break, and then driving another 2.5 hours. I don't know, but I seen a cool job today, so maybe they'll call me. I used to do. I tried to figure out bookkeeping, and I bought a program, couldn't get my head around it. And then somebody said, maybe I should do taxes. But, you know, and now everything's going automated. So what do you do? So I figured, you know, make the most of it. My son didn't get put on the schedule. So we're up here trying to get him back on the schedule. They had a different person doing his time. So, but I'd love to have my own business doing something, but I don't know what I would be good enough to offer people. I could talk to them if they're bored, or they could bounce ideas off of me, you know, but we'll see. We'll just keep living the life. And, you know, my wife being sick, maybe it's just not meant for me to do anything right now, because she was feeling bad today and she's in bed now. She was supposed to take my son to do these errands, and I dislike driving in the rain. So I'm taking my son while he's in there, and so I figure I'll make the most of it. You know, I got to get me some more peanut butter with honey in it. I got to get me some more creamer. And today's Thursday, so I got one more day. And I'd like to go probably, which is cool, South Carolina has a thing, the unemployment, well, it's the unemployment site. And they have all these jobs listed on there, and then they got different categories. Like if you're over 50, they got jobs, but it puts you on a different website. But they mentioned a lot of different jobs. You know, if you're over 50, they even got apprenticeship programs, which is pretty cool because different cities had Walgreens apprenticeship for a pharmacy technician. Not around here, but I thought, that's pretty cool. You know, you can learn a new skill. And even the weekend job I got, they got apprenticeship for a millwright. But they called it wet Fraser instead of what it is. So I thought that was kind of neat. So we just out here chilling out in the rain. And of course, you know, got to have my coffee. Cannot beat that. So, yeah, buddy. Just hope y'all doing okay. I think it's May the 19th. And, you know, maybe one of these places will give me a chance that I can handle with my physical limitations and wobbling everywhere. But, you know, I feel pretty good. I just can't go do the 90-mile-an-hour production anymore. But, you know, but we'll see. If I get one of my kids to let me play on their game system or something, and then I might do some gaming, and that would be kind of cool. And then think of it as a bus driver, and then you get frustrated bus driver, you come home and you can play Grand Theft Auto for an hour, record it, and then you'd make more money playing Grand Theft Auto, but then you could calm down while you're bus driving, then you come back home. So you could make like 30 minutes worth of content a day just cooling off after the ride. And, you know, people would enjoy you watching, and you could even drive a bus on the video game. Yeah, after my son come out. And another thing, this store, they don't have a store manager right now. So they're short. So they kind of just do what they want. But yeah, my son's so upset because, you know, he works the weekends. And it's a little aggravating to take him back and forth to work. But, you know, he had a little job, gave him a purpose. And they told him they're not on the schedule anymore.
So he was worried because somebody told him if you miss 2 weeks not on schedule, they'd fire you. But I went in there and I talked to the manager who's over him, and she said nothing she can do. She will be over her budget if she schedules him for hours, and they have enough full-time people where they don't need anybody. So, he's been working the weekends. Nobody likes working the weekends. And, they usually use him, and now they don't want him in there. So they say, yeah, if he's on the schedule, he'll get to work. If we don't feel like putting him on there, he ain't getting to work. So now they're not putting him on the schedule, and they said full-time employees, they're moving them around to cover the weekends, and they're going to be within budget. So they don't care about anybody. He's got special needs, and, 3.5 years, but all the good managers have already left Walmart, and that's why. Because they want to do certain things corporate, and they don't care about people. I've worked for them twice, and that's why I left. They started giving me a hard time about my breaks. They didn't want to give me a break. They didn't want to ask me where I was a door greeter, and I was checking on they had 4 cans of peas, and we was only supposed to check for $20 and $50 items, but they wanted us to look and see if somebody stole a can of peas, just being asinine. So that was a while back, and now they're giving a hard time to my son. Won't even schedule him hours, and all he does is cart pushing. So I said, well, son, would you feel like if I got a job as a courier and I can't pick up some of this heavy stuff, would you ride with me, and maybe I could pay you doing that? So maybe this would be an opportunity for us to start our own business. It's when corporations start treating people bad, and I know a lot of people they've done it to, different, all walks of life. So it makes you start your own business, and that's why. You don't have to have competition. You just have to have a crappy company, Walmart. So anyway, I just had to share that today because it's kind of aggravating that they just do that. He's all upset because he ain't got his little job, and he's supposed to wash his clothes today, and he's kind of depressed, don't want to wash his clothes, didn't want to go get nothing to eat with us, because they messed his whole schedule up. It only works like 2 days. But thank y'all for listening, and send them some love. We'll talk at y'all.
That's food for thought. But yeah, y'all do good. Hope y'all doing good. And don't forget to subscribe, and we'll talk at y'all later.